Okay, so let's have now on part 2. So after having those sine table, so we already have now the sine table. After finding the domain, the y-intercept, the x-intercept, the horizontal asymptote, we are now going to graph with the sine table. So what is the use of the sine table? So as you can see here in your module, page 20, so when you have a positive here, it means that it is above the x-axis. So it stretch the graph will stretch above the x-axis. In this limitation where x is greater than -4 but less than one third, it should be the graph is below the x-axis. And this one here, x is greater than -one third but less than one half, then it should be above x-axis because it is positive. Next we have x is greater than one half and but less than 3, so negative, so it should be below x-axis. And then x is greater than 3, then it should be above axis. So remember that we already plot the domain. We already plot the x-intercept, the y-intercept, the vertical asymptote, and the horizontal asymptote. So we have here, diba? So na-plot na nato ganina. So we have here money. Okay? So these are the points. This one. Okay, so this one, these are the vertical asymptotes. This is the horizontal asymptote. This is the x-intercept. Yes, x-intercept, and this is the y-intercept we have here. Okay, so remember that the use of the sine table, that is the activity or where the graph should have place. So if the x is less than -4, so it's going to the left, so it's above axis, because if you're going to put here, remember this is the x-axis here, nanay x, y-axis. So it's not here because you cannot extend anymore. Remember that it is an asymptote. We should not touch that line. So above x-axis, so we have here. Okay, so we are not going to have a specific talagang line, but we are just going to consider the movements or the possible graph of our function. Okay, so next we have to consider this one. X is in between -4 and -one third. So as you can see here below x-axis, of course we are not going to put here giving a space because we already have here a point. So since we already have a point here, then we can just say that below x-axis man, so we're moving to that vertical asymptote, but we're not going to touch that line. So papaubos lang siya. There's no really a perfect drawing for this one. You can have it here or like that, basta as long as it should be going below the x-axis. Again, we are not nganong wala man nimo giari ma'am kaning gani, because remember our point here, we already have the x-intercept, which is what's this, diba? Remember our x-intercept here, -one third. So we already plot that one, so that is our clue that the graph starts there or that intersects on that point. So muna ang graph paubos. Okay? Next, unsa may gamit aning ubang point, ma'am? Let's move on. Okay? So moving on, so we have now -one third to x is less than one half. So from this line to this one. So meaning pa up. So of course natay 1, so dapat kung intersect na siya sa atong y-intercept. Okay, y-intercept pa up. Okay, again vertical asymptote, it should not touch the vertical asymptote going up. Okay, ma'am, tabok lagi siya sa horizontal asymptote because it is what the graph says. So you can see here above x-axis, we're not just going to stop here until that one, until lang dara, because it means it is up. Okay? So, intersect siya. So, nilapal siya dito. Okay? So, moving on. So, we have now, we're done with this one, negative 1/3 to 1/2. Moving on to 1/2 to 3. This one, 1/2 to 3. Below x-axis. Again, we already have plotted a point. So, dili ka mulapas diri pa dong. Dili ka sa point mag-start. So, paubos ka. So, move it going down. Like that. And then, above x-axis, of course, you're not going to jump there. So, you're just going to stretch. Here, yan. Oh, there you go. Okay. So, that is the behavior of our graph. Okay, so that is the behavior of our graph. Okay. So actually, you can really check your answer if you got it correct using the. Are you familiar with Desmos? What is that? Oh wait. Let me show you Desmos. Wait, it's not yet. Okay. Okay, Desmos. What happened to my blog, charot? Wait. Okay, let me have you this one. Desmos. So you can just search this one on the internet. Of course, you are not allowed this one to when you're submitting your answer and then you're just going to use Desmos. Desmos only is good for checking. So you put the equation here. What is our equation given? So you have so upon checking our Desmos, so we have now going to put our equation here. So as you can see, when you put the equation, it is automatically being graphed. So remember the points. So remember the points when we have here. So remember the x-intercept that has been plotted. So we have x-intercept for negative 1/3 we have here. Yes, that is negative 1/3, and the other x-intercept is 3. Okay, then we have the vertical asymptote with what vertical asymptote is negative 4. We cannot find those broken lines here, but if you're going to explore this graph, if you're going to move down, yes, move down, it will never ever intercept, or it will never touch negative 4. So again, we cannot see the broken lines here. Same thing on the second vertical asymptote, which is negative positive 1/2. Here, 1/2 this one. Okay, so 1. So 1/2 here, center. So it will never touch that one. Okay, it will go closer and closer, but it will never touch that asymptote. Okay, so next thing is we have here. This is, remember the value of our y-intercept. So that is 3/2. So again, these are x-intercept, negative 1/3 and 3, and the y-intercept of 1. Of course, again, we cannot see the horizontal asymptote, which is 3/2 or 1/5, 1.5 rather. So we cannot see here 1.5. Basta again, if we're going to study this graph, the behavior of the graph will never ever touch the horizontal asymptote, which is 3/2. So now you can now check your graph if it is correct. If you have do the correct or the same graph that the Desmos does, your x-intercept, y-intercept, the vertical asymptote, and the horizontal asymptotes are correct. So it's up to you if you're going to plot first this or you're just going to solve it first. Then it's your choice whether you're just going to copy the graph. But remember that I need solutions for this one, and I will do have probably oral for one equation in each student. So let's see if how are we going to have an activity for this graphing rational function. So better study this topic. So again, the domain, the y-intercept, x-intercept, vertical asymptote, and horizontal asymptote, and this is now the graph. So in the next video, we are going to have another set of example, which we're going to find the x-intercept, the complete set of a given function, and then we're going to graph. So stay tuned for our topic. Okay. So if you have questions or clarifications of our topic, you can just chat or comment in our section below. Thank you.